What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a little War Thunder, playing the B-17G, glorious American bomber. Let's see, where do we even begin here? The reason for this video, it's because of requests that I received for bomber footage quite some time ago. About 6 or 7 months ago, I uploaded a Bf-109G10 video. It was on Norway. I got like 5 or 6 kills at low altitude, and then I had to chase down the lone remaining B-17 at altitude. And I ended up receiving numerous requests because of my complaining about the B-17's method of flying. And when I say B-17, I mean the pilot, not the plane itself. Though obviously the plane itself isn't the problem. The B-17 pilot was not interested in doing any sort of combat. He had no interest in manning the guns himself. He was just flying, like he was just trying to get into space, and it really upset me. And so I had people request me to fly the B-17 and show how I like to fly it. Not that I fly it very often, of course, because flying bombers is not really what I would call fun. It's actually, but it is relaxing though. And I have to say that this is the most relaxing plane to fly. It doesn't matter what bomber it is, the B-25, B-17, B-24, B-29, they're all pretty much the same as far as that sort of mentality. And what I like to do is just bait guys in. You see this Fractal 190 D13 blew so much altitude coming down at me. Fired a couple shots at him, and he's off. Scared him away. Beautiful. Right into the loving arms of a friendly Spitfire. Come on, Spitfire. Intercept him. There you go. Just think of all the energy that he blew coming after me. My intent was to use my bombs and attack the middle base that's over here. You know, all of us bombers, we kind of coordinated ourselves. You know, you take the left bomb point, I'll take the right one, and so on and so forth. And then we'd all drop our remaining bombs on the runway. All of that, of course, changed once that Dora came after me like a bat out of hell, trying to shoot me down. I'm not going to just stay focused on dropping my bombs, and this is something that I wanted to touch on, because I feel like too many bomber pilots, they focus on one point on the map, whether it's a column of tanks, pillboxes, a bombing point that you see off here off to the right here, or the runway. They focus on their target of choice, and they just fixate on it like it's their goal in life is to bomb that particular target, and to hell to whatever comes in my way. I don't care. You just fixate on that thing, and to their own detriment, and to the detriment of their team. And I want to touch on this a little bit. To me, some of the best qualities a bomber pilot can have are accuracy with their guns, an ability to change their targets depending on what the situation is, and the third thing is an awareness of what the hell is going on around them. And here I wait too long to turn around on this DO 335. This is because I'm just not familiar with the B-17. Quite frankly, I'm not used to flying this thing very often. I only fly the B-17 like once every 6 months or better, and turn times are not quite as what I expected. A little bit longer to turn, but there we go. Took him down with my guns myself. The rear gunners did a little bit of work, but I did most of the gunning myself. And this is another thing that I wanted to talk about. You have to man the guns yourself if you're going to be a successful bomber pilot. And this is because even if you have your gunners fully upgraded, the gunners are not going to pay attention to or fire upon a target unless it gets extremely close to you. It's like 600 or 700 meters until they start firing at something, even if you have your crew maxed out. Usually people are firing at you by that time, in which case, if you're not defending yourself, by the time they're firing at you, you're basically dead. You're giving them free opportunity to kill you. In that first engagement that I had with the D13, I fired long before the AI gunners would have taken over. I didn't wound him, but I fired upon him, and I ended up chasing him off right into the arms of a Spitfire, who eventually shot him down. So I did my part, Spitfire did his part, together we worked as a team. Here's another example. I'm up against this Fractal 190 Anton. He tried to come up from me below, thinking that I wouldn't be able to get him, I guess, but As you can see, I had no problems lighting him on fire, and he just burned up. I'm waiting for that fuel tank to ignite. There we go, fuel tank crit. And he's down. And yet we still got all 6 of my bombs. Still got a bombing point up. We still have a few fighters up. But we're doing okay. We suffered a little bit of damage. But all 4 engines are working just fine. Shot down 2 fighters. We've effectively got an assist on that first Dora, that D-13. You know, we didn't land any shots, but Spitfire took him out, so I'd like to think of that as an assist. It's all part of the teamwork, you know, just being part of the team. And I feel like most bomber pilots, if they are more aware of their surroundings, if they're willing to take control of their rear guns and effectively aim them, then I think bombers will be, I hate to say big contributors, but I would say bigger contributors than they currently are. Because when it comes to bombers, you usually have 2 types of bombers. You got the B-17s, and then you got your A-26s. And the difference is the A-26s are very good for grinding light targets, AAA artillery, those kinds of things, because it has front-mounted guns. The B-17 doesn't. It does have, you know, the rear gunners that are mounted everywhere, basically, but you have to control them from the gunner seat. But when you're doing this, you know, when you're trying to grind light targets with the B-17 by using the rear gunners, you end up losing your awareness as to what's going on around you. You're going to have all kinds of fighters, sometimes even jets, are going to come down on top of you and try to eliminate you from the battlefield because you're such an enormous, easy target. You're basically a research points pinata, an RP pinata. You're easy to kill, and so if the odds are they are not going to take any significant damage, and that's true. Generally speaking, they are not going to take significant damage because too many bomber pilots rely on the AI gunners to do all their work. And what you have to get into the habit of is taking control of the gunners yourself, and if you do that, you can have success. I've got 2 air kills, basically an assist, and I've yet to drop a bomb. So I got all 6 of my bombs. I'm on my way to the ground to that last bombing point, and I actually managed to grind a fair amount of RP. And this is the thing a lot of bomber pilots don't think of, is they can grind as much RP, if not more so, if they act as a gunship like I have, because you'll end up getting the win. Bombing a bomb point or killing a couple of tanks, pillboxes, those kinds of things, those will get you RP, but those will usually end up getting you killed, and you'll likely end up losing the battle because bombing tanks and pillboxes and bombing points very, very rarely ends up resulting in a win. But if you use your bomber as a gunship and you eliminate a couple of planes, it's going to be huge, absolutely huge. It's going to help your team immensely. I mean, how many times have we seen American teams that are, you know, 16 versus 16, say, and 15 of them are bombers? We've seen them. We've been in those matches. We've seen people post screenshots on Reddit or on the official forums. There, it's over. He just took out that last fighter and a head-on. Nice job, Spitfire. I love it. I absolutely love it. Still haven't dropped my bombs, and we basically got the victory. Eliminated 2 planes. It all worked out perfectly. And it wasn't just me. You see a couple of other bombers have some air kills. In fact, they outclassed the fighters. The bombers accounted for 5 air kills. The fighters accounted for 3 air kills. And this is just a fine example of what bomber pilots can do. So if you're flying a bomber next time, take into consideration the kind of stuff that I talked about here. You know, be knowledgeable about your surroundings. Turn your tail to your opponent. Don't show him your pilot, and shoot him down. Don't be so quick to drop your bombs. You know, use your bomber as a gunship and not just as a bomber. Don't fixate on that one bombing point that you want to hit. Instead, be willing to change yourself into a gunship and shoot down some planes. You know, don't just fixate on that bombing point. And if you happen to be flying a fighter and you're in one of those matches where you know, 90% of the team is in bombers. Encourage them in chat to use their planes as gunships and not just dive, you know, straight into the furball of enemy fighters. Instead, turn around, use your plane as a gunship, and you'll end up bringing a lot of RP, not only because of the planes that you shoot down, but also because of the victory that you'll get. Actually, winning the battle will actually end up getting you a lot more RP and lines. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care, guys.